save me some money. Better after all that coaching I've given him.
Okay, so this is a match that a lot of people have been waiting for tonight. Right now we are going to have our current champion. He is vileHasHe, and he is currently up to 4 wins after this last game. So this looks like it's going to be a money match. We'll see if Hash is able to win this and take $20. His competitor is going to be Destiny. Destiny is 83 in the top 200 and 172 in the SC2 ranks. 3,200 points and around 2,300 games. He does notice the supply depot, of course.
Yep, looks like he sent a drone out. Check out his third for some reason.
Yep, just scouting his own base.
It is cross positions TVZ on this very, very nice map. I think this is perhaps my favorite. I mean, I guess that makes sense as a Protoss. It means I can get the 3 base, or at least 2.5 base, considering that that third base only has 1 gas and 6 mineral patches. And the 3 base Protoss is pretty deadly.
Yep. So Zerg may opt to just go for some 2 base aggression or try to get that 3rd base up and then immediately try to do some kind of attack. Mutalisk's very good on this map since all of the mineral patches are facing outward.
Yep.
Right now we do have Hash just walling himself in. Could just be going for a fast expansion. He does have a gas up though. So we're going to be doing something with that. Drone for Destiny not going to get inside. Is just going to see the barracks here. It's going to be forced away as the Marine is now rallied to come outside of the base. And quickly switching that rally as the drone does retreat. So right now we do have Destiny taking in that quick hatchery. He does have his pull up. No gas quite yet, so not going to be going for metabolic boost. He's going to try to get several queens out. May actually go for a quick 3rd. No, he does get that gas finally.
Looks like we have a factory coming up for Hash here. Probably going to open Hellions. Hellions not bad on this map, I guess, if you can sneak them in. I mean, the ramp is pretty open, I guess, especially against the Zerg. Depending on where you place your spine crawlers. And their mobility on this map will be pretty decent. We'll have to see when Destiny gets his metabolic boost. Needs those speed links to hold off early Hellions.
So Hash is sitting here with an SCV. But not going to be able to wall off the ramp if that's actually intentions. But it's not, as this is a huge map. Marines are never going to make it over there. Just SCV calmly watching everything going on. Drones not bothered by it at all. He does see the spine crawler coming up and is retreating now. Destiny already has 2 queens out. Could get a 3rd very easily. He's getting metabolic boost finally. Yep, already starting to spread his creep. Connecting the 2 bases is very important on this map, especially because it is a pretty long distance between the ramp and the main. So reinforcing a little tougher on this map than some of the others. We do see Hash getting a reactor up on his barracks. Switching out.
Going for Banshees.
Yep. Banshee opening very typical and very good on this map, just given the orientation of it. Just able to fly straight over there and do a lot of good harassment. Enough
the emblem
space.
on that starport looks pretty sweet. The skull in the middle of it.
I've been noticing that for a lot of the emblems.
I like this one. So Hash's orbital command about 3/4 of the way done. And that will be his 2nd orbital command. Of course. Gonna be able to move out to his natural, though there is a Ling there to scout it. first Banshee about to pop out is rallied straight to the base, I think. Yep. Destiny should be able to handle this with the number of queens that he likes. He does have 2 out so far, and do not see the third. Their third one is just now done. So should be able to hold this off. Also getting his Baneling nest up, which is about 1/3 of the way done. And an evolution chamber, so going to be able to go for those melee upgrades and carapace upgrades. Also morphing an Overseer Cocoon. Excellent timing.
Could potentially get a Spore Crawler up as well. Looks like the Banshee taking its time, just stopping at the Xel'Naga, even though it can't actually reveal the Xel'Naga. The Zergling's coming pretty close, may or may not have seen it.
Destiny now taking Xel'Nagas, it looks like. Taking the offensive too. Pretty good coverage there. Banshee just hanging out at the third base of Destiny.
Yep. Not sure what exactly he was waiting for, but he's definitely waiting. And Destiny just barely can't see it as that creep is spreading. But the vision does come from the creep tumor, not the creep itself.
Yep. Meantime, he is getting his Baneling speed up. Does have Spore Crawlers at each of those bases. So doing a nice job playing it safe. Now has all 4 Xel'Naga towers. And sending another Ling in to scout, which is going to get taken down by that siege tank. Stim research coming up for Hash. He's also getting the Engineer Bay for upgrades. Is running off of 3 racks and 1 factory. Has 3 gas up and 2 bases.
Destiny
Probably
does
gonna
pull
grab
some,
that second one.
Destiny pulls those 2 queens to try to attack the Banshee. The Banshee just sitting there, scouting for a third, it looks like. Wondering if Hash is maybe thinking of taking a third himself. He would be expanding faster than Destiny if he did.
Yep. Taking a look at the income tab on that subject, it is 50 harvesters compared to 45. Destiny in the lead by 5 harvesters there. Getting a second Evo chamber. Is floating a few minerals. Probably waiting for that spire to pop. It is about 20% done. Does take quite a long time though. So he's probably going to be stockpiling minerals and gas for this. And here goes his third base though.
Yep. Just as the Banshee does leave because of the queen moving down. Looks like the Banshee going to make sure no Zerglings can actually hold the Xel'Naga towers. Very good use for that.
See Destiny starting to spread his creep a little bit more quickly. We have another queen headed to the front there. Has lost a bunch of his Zerglings at the Xel'Naga tower to the Banshees. And we do see Hash about ready to push. Destiny getting Burrow a little bit late from what I usually tell him to do. Burrow, I think, is really good on this map since you do slow down the turns so much because the distance is so long. You have to burn so many scans to run across. And here comes a very large Marine force with 5 tanks, it looks like.
Stop this creep spread, taking out the creep tumors now.
Destiny needs to be careful about how he engages here. He is very good mechanically spreading out his units and attacking from multiple directions. One of the best Zergs I've seen at that. I think a lot of Zergs just attack head-on with their Banelings, but he is pretty good about that.
Yep. He may try to wait for Burrow to finish, although Hash may just be scanning anyways because he wants to try to force these creep tumors back.
Yep. Tanks are sieging up. Get a few shots off. Do see 8 mutas in production, so that might be what he's waiting for. Marine's pushing in. Ooh, does lose a couple to those Banelings.
Now Burrow is done.
Burrow is done, but hard to utilize. But Hash burning a lot of scans here. And Hash actually pulling back.
And Destiny
So
sending a
just
lot of
pressure.
Zerglings after this. The tanks were on siege.
Beautiful timing, right when the tanks were on siege. Exactly right, and then pulling back once he gets off of creep.
Yep. So doing some good damage there.
Hash sending out a couple more Marines to take care of those creep tumors. Really going to restrict the movement of those Banelings. But there are still a couple active creep tumors on that side. That third base, not very well saturated by Destiny yet. Taking a look back at the Harvester tab, he's up to 64 Harvesters compared to the 57 for Hash. Hash is getting his command center, his third command center up, which is about 3/4 of the way done. Going to be able to grab that natural pretty soon.
Yes.
And Destiny using those lings, pushing back Hash even further. Should be setting up some bro banelings.
Take out the Banshee as well using the Mutalisks. So
Destiny
Hash can go
continuing to
defensive
drone
again.
up here. 70 Harvesters compared to the 57 for Hash. Might be thinking about taking a fourth pretty soon after winning that battle.
Hash, meanwhile, is getting his third. You have the army at the front. Ooh, and burrows those banelings. A couple Marines coming forward. Not sure if they're going to fall for it or not. Not even going to cross that quite yet, so he's going to leave those there for quite a while. Not an area you would normally scan. He may scan before pushing out right there, though, just to see if there is an army waiting for him.
Yep. Destiny burrowing a few too many banelings there, but he should be fine. What I've been telling him and a lot of other Zergs to do is just burrow to like pretty much every distance of a scan, just so you slow down that turn when he pushes. Zerg mechanics, you really want to know and have time to build up your army, and you want to have the opponent delayed enough when they push that you can actually recover from whatever drone cycle timing you had.
So we've got Destiny just reclaiming those Zelnaga towers. He is taking that base down at the 6 o'clock position. Ooh, taking 2 bases at the 6 o'clock. So double expanding right now. He's going to be up to 5 bases. Mutalisks coming into the main for Hash.
Very nice poking around. There is only one turret there, and that's a decent number of mutas taking down the gas. Might also getting forced back by those Marines, but did force a stim there. Destiny, in the meantime, also getting his infestation pit, which is just now finished. Flyer attacks and Carapace level 2 almost finished as well. Now flying into the main, gonna get a few SCP kills. Needs to be careful of those Marines though. Those Marines are 0-1.
Soon to be 1-1. Flyer.
Let's slide by that armory, which just started.
Yep. Vehicle weapons level 1 now on the way for Hash. And there's that second dancing girl.
Yep. We do have Hive started for Destiny. Should be taking up to probably Broodlords against this Marine tank composition.
Yep, most likely we're going to see a couple Thors come out. I would expect, but maybe not. A couple Thors wouldn't hurt just to be able to do some splash damage on the Mutalisks. Force a little extra micro there from Destiny.
I would see Destiny, I would like to see him take down those rocks at the gold and maybe set up an expansion there. And here comes the entire army for Hash. He did scan, so those banelings did have to leave. Setting up position at that Zelnaga tower.
Take out a lot of these overlords, looks like. Doesn't matter though, because Destiny is definitely overproduced. He has supply block, but already at 200 army.
Yep, anytime you're at 200, probably going to attack. He could very well split his army on both sides of that little ravine where those tanks are situated.
Right now, losing a lot of his Zerglings. His army...
Killing off a lot of Marines, actually.
Yeah.
Hash had a lot more Marines to begin with.
But Hash currently up on supply.
Oh, nice timing again. Getting towards that tank line before they moved up. He was able to take down a bunch of tanks. There are not a lot of Marines there left. More reinforcing. Destiny has a lot of Mutalisks. Retreating though nicely, even though... oh man, picking off even more tanks. Doing a nice job.
And it looks like it's only a matter of time. I think there's enough Mutalisks to actually finish off the Marines. Hash on a full retreat at this point. Could lose everything. He's trying to get more barracks up, get more production.
He's catching up to those tanks. Mutalisks taking them down. All of them hurt. Looks like 5 of them are die at the exact same time. Losing a lot of Mutalisks here, but still pretty well up on supply. 166 compared to the 109 for Hash right now. Again, he is on Hive. I'm sure he's going to be tech switching to something pretty soon. Almost mined out in his main. Has a ton of drones there. Needs to transfer them to his 6 o'clock base. Almost no drones there. I'm sure he'll realize that pretty shortly. doing a really nice job spreading creep with his overlords in the middle of the map.